We've grabbed Natalie to talk about Tangolo and also the other runners today in Melbourne. First of all, we saw a little bit of vision on Twitter yesterday. Nat, geez, he seems to be positively glowing.
Yeah, he does. He's really come through that McNeil run, which, you know, it didn't have the most economical run, but it's really brought him on. Look, I really can't fault the condition he's going into today. He's definitely tightened up all over, and yeah, he's been working on the track brilliantly. So he'll get every chance today.
What have you noticed from 2 to 3 with them, Nat?
Well, you know, heading into the Blue Diamond, we were pretty open, you know, after the prelude into it that he was, you know, he needed that run. He'd be primed for the Blue Diamond, and it worked out that he was. And this time in, he's a lot bigger. He's filled out. So we've been a lot tougher on him. You know, you can't, when they're 3-year-old big colts, you can't be too soft on them. So we've obviously been a little bit tougher on him, and he's stepping up to the 1,400 metres. So we gave him a quiet few days after McNeil. He was on the walk for 3 or 4 days, and then he was just doing the one lap. And then the last couple of weeks, he's been, you know, back to business and doing his normal work, couple of laps, and galloping really good. And Walker came in on Saturday and galloped him and was really happy. And I'm his usual rider, Lester Grace, that rides him all the way through. Galloped him on Tuesday, and look, I couldn't fault his work. He really hummed to the line.
Well, all positive reports as well, and he couldn't have done much more as a 2-year-old. He went on from that win to a couple of really good runs in Sydney. The fourth in the Golden Slipper was top-notch as well. In assessing that McNeil run, what can you expect from him today?
Well, I think the lightweight with the 54 kilos is a really big advantage. It is a race in the past. It does favour those lighter-weighted horses. And, you know, just going back and watching a lot of the replays of this run, of this race in the last few years, they seem to come from the first half of the pack. So the barrier will play a big part today. But I'm just hoping Walker can get him in a spot, dig him out a little bit, just put him in a spot. There's plenty of speed on the inside. There's plenty of speed on the outside of him. So with a bit of luck, he'll get carted across and just sort of sit 5th, 6th or 7th, not too far off them. But, you know, you sort of won't know until that race day pressure really goes on. But, you know, be good to your mother, dollar. There'll be plenty of speed inside. I'm hoping Age of Chivalry will come across outside us and just help give us that cart. But Walker's, he's really hungry, and his weight's really good. I checked him last night, and he's pretty good for the 54 today. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, we are too, Nat. We wish you all the best. What do you do with them safely through today? What's the spring aim?
Obviously, it's going to be sort of 3 weeks into the Guineas. We've sort of planned it, you know, with that hard first start run, sort of 3 weeks and 3 weeks. And then hopefully, all going well today, all going well for the Guineas, you could have a flutter at the Cox Plate. But we're just taking each race as it comes. You know, he's a valuable colt, and we're just trying to pick a path where he's going to increase his value. But he's definitely, this time in as a 3-year-old, he's definitely got bigger and stronger, and he's just an absolute lovely horse to deal with.
Could it include a Cox Plate?
The kindest nature for a colt.
Could it include a Cox Plate, those plans?
Oh, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? Well, I think he will get over a trip. You know, like Lord Canalola, he was better over 14, but he did win as a 4-year-old over a mile, and the mare's won over 1,800 metres. So I think if the pedigree comes into play, and, you know, initially when we first brought him, we actually thought he looked more like a Guineas type of horse. He'd get to that sort of 2,000 metres. So, you know, he was just so sharp earlier on. We thought, well, we might have a Blue Diamond horse here, and then that was the target.
Okay, outside him today, you've got the Prayers, Little Town Blues, Melba Storm and I Am Eloquent. Who's the one that New Zealand punters might be wanting to back of the Bussard and Young stable today?
I quite like Melba Storm. I know it's going to be pretty hard to beat that monster Mozzie, and I think there's a Savabelle in there of Hazes that goes pretty well too. But she might be a nice value bet. I think she's paying a little bit over, but might be a nice place bet. She's really come on since that sale win, and she's got a nice gait today, so she should jump into the 5th, 3rd or 4th. The track's going to play very hard and fast. I think it's supposed to be 24 here today, so I don't think that should worry you. But these Night of Thunders are going well. There's a lot of them that are showing up. So, and she just seems to, each race she gets a little bit better mentally, and she just keeps progressing on the right track.
Okay, before I let you go, Natalie, I've got one question for you. Who's the best Melbourne Cup hope, either in your stable currently or about to join your Melbourne Cup stable?
Well, we've been very privileged enough for John Massara to let us take the reins on Skyward. So he's in quarantine at the moment, and we'we've got Ed P there giving us really good updates and visuals and temps, and there's just, really good feedback on the horse. Look, he was great in the pre-poi last start, against Anthony Van Dyke and Stradivarius, English Derby winner, and I think Stradivarius won 3 Gold Cups. So, and he was only beaten a couple of lengths and on a tempo that didn't really suit. So we're really excited to get out to quarantine on the 3rd of October when he lands here and try and get to a Caulfield Cup pass. We may not get in, so we probably might have to go Geelong Cup and then into the Melbourne Cup. But his form around him is brilliant, and being a Camelot, very, very exciting to be privileged enough to get this horse in our hands.
Yep, I can hear that as well. Go well with Tangolo and the team today. Natalie Young joining us out of Hubase in Cranbourne, heading today to Group 1 racing in Melbourne.